Why didn't the Hearthstone player fix the hole in his roof? Because he had ladder anxiety. Why did Rexar get fired as morale officer on his cruise ship just 2 days after Christmas? Because hunters are awful at maintaining board presence. A musician is playing a gig at a pub and asks if there's any requests, and an old man at the back yells out, "Play Azure Drake." So the musician says, "Sorry old man, we only play standards." An army general gets a job at a factory gluing red phosphorus to toothpicks to make small fire starting implements. He quits on his first day and says, "Man, matchmaking at high ranks is bullshit." Sen'jin Shieldmaster and Boulderfist Ogre are trying to get into a bar. The bouncer stops him and says, "Hey, you're not coming in here. You Shieldmasters are trouble." Boulderfist Ogre, "You're cool." So Shieldmaster says, "Oh, so Boulderfist Ogre's huge, but you just gotta target me first, huh?" Valeera and Jaina are at a cafe enjoying a cheese board when the waiter comes and wipes down their platter with a sponge covered in cow manure. Jaina leans in and says, "Hey Valeera, did you see that?" That board clear was bullshit. Did you know that Anduin the Priest released an album of early morning breakfast songs? He talked his record label into letting him sell copies of the album for just 50 cents, and it was still a complete flop. Turns out great value just can't make up for a lack of tempo in the early game. Voidcrusher walks into a bar and says to the bartender, "I'll just have whatever's on tap," and neither were ever seen again. Twilight Drake's just left his front door to go to work, and he looks down and notices that he's a 4-3 today, so he runs back inside and yells, "Honey, where's that piece of shit hiding?" Uther's telling Garrosh a story from his childhood. So he says, "I'm there with Valeera underneath the pine tree at the back of the school, the one we all go to when you want to make out and stuff. And she says, I'll be your girlfriend if you play a game for me. Carve your name into that tree with this knife." So Garrosh leans in and says, "Uther, that's nothing. Surely you did it." Uther shakes his head and he says, "It's something I regret every day of my life. I never played around sap." Herald Village walks into a bar and orders a tiny version of what everyone else is drinking. He drinks them all and then leaves. Once he's gone, the bartender says, "Wow, that was pointless and annoying." Why'd the Hearthstone player put on a bunch of weight after he had 2 kids? Because after the first 2 drops, he saw an opportunity to curve out. Reno Jackson's in hospital with his wife when he finds out that she has terminal cancer. He says to the doctors, "Hey, don't worry, I've got this. I can cure her." So he puts his hand on her forehead and the big healing animation plays. But she ends up dying 2 days later anyway. So Reno Jackson's in the doctor's office crying and he says, "Doc, I'm Reno Jackson and I can cure anybody of any ailment." And the doctor says, "Well, don't mean to make your day worse, but she was pregnant with twins too." What's the difference between getting from rank 5 to legend and playing Snap? Snap is fun. A Silverhand recruit is having a quiet beer with Thrall the shaman, and he says, "Thrall, I just need to know if there's any shaman Silverhand recruits." And Thrall thinks for a bit and he goes, "No, I don't think so." And the Silverhand recruit goes, "I need you to think very carefully if anywhere in all of Azeroth or where the fuck ever, are there any shaman Silverhand recruits? Like, lady ones, boy ones. I just need, it's really important that you be 100% sure." And Thrall goes, "Dude, no, there's no, I'm 100% sure I know a lot about shamanism. There are no shaman Silverhand recruits." So Silverhand recruit's like, "Alright, thank you for your time," pays for the drinks. And when he gets back outside, Quartermaster's there waiting for him. And he sees the look on Silverhand recruit's face and he goes, "Hey man, I'm really sorry, like tough luck. But yeah, you definitely fucked a searing totem."